Rashaan Evans, he's just the next one. The next one out of the Alabama pipeline at linebacker. You've had Dante Hightower recently, C.J. Mosley, Reuben Foster, and now it's Evans who replaced Foster from last year. Brennan Albert is here. I am Adrian Fedke. We're going to pump out some linebackers today. Can't wait.
And this is one of my favorite positions because the linebackers, they're the enforcers on the defense. And, for the Eagles, we know, hey, this is a very, very big position of need.
Yeah, absolutely. And Rashaan Evans, I don't know if he's exactly a fit, but we're going to get into him right now because he's more of a blitzer than a coverage linebacker. Didn't show a lot of coverage at Alabama. I don't know. It doesn't mean he can't do it. There's just not a lot of evidence on tape that he can do it.
Yeah, absolutely. As Adrian said, when we're looking here at Evans, he's a bull in a china shop, man. I mean, that's what he is. His job is to come in and wreck. The nice thing about Bama is they keep their players in a very systematic, friendly situation of saying, hey, what are you good at? That's what we're going to do. Let's not overthink this. We're a team loaded of 5-star prospects. Let's just make everyone do what they're best at. So Evans here, he is the bull in the china shop. He is the pass rush guy in this year's draft. If you're looking for more of a 3-4 rush guy with heavy hands who you want to be able to control the point of attack, Evans is a great fit. Not necessarily that true Mike guy you're looking for, more of a Sam, more of a guy on the edge coming off.
Yeah, and the first couple plays we're going to look at his blitzing ability, his ability also to basically line up as a defensive end as well and still be able to rush the passer. So he can do a lot of different things in the blitzing department, and we're going to look at our first clip right here. So he takes on a running back, he beats the running back, and he gets the sack here. This is against Tennessee.
Yeah, when we're going to see here, guys, you're going to see Evans just being that bull. So he's going to be able to take on the back here, and he's just going to absolutely stonewall him like a man, and then he's just a manimal. I mean, he's just like a freakishly dude just hurtling over people, ripping people down. Like, he is that guy you want in a street fight. That's who he is. But is he going to be a great coverage guy? Not necessarily. But what you're going to look at in these couple plays here, guys, is his ability to flat out get after it. You see him veer down in the defensive end position, I believe. Mm-hmm. And I get that lot of delayed blitz coming in. Man, I mean, he is just a ferocious player coming after the quarterback.
And he times this perfectly. Look at this.
He does. Does a really nice job of knowing, hey, my window is to come around the C gap. I'm going to be patient. I'm not just going to rush to rush. I'm going to wait till my window opens. He waits till that guard peeks inside, and then he comes right around.
So the first two plays, we see him as a blitzer. And this third one, he lines up as a defensive end. And the spin move, spin cycle.
Hit him with that B button, baby. Just coming in here, hit the B button on him, come back inside. Now, we haven't seen any linebackers so far that we have reviewed, Adrian, who have been able to put their hand in the dirt like Evans is. So, again, Evans is a very unique situation because his ability is going to be more playing off the edge as that Sam or the 3-4 rush guy.
I mean, look at him set up that tackle. Outside step, cuts inside with the spin. That's beautiful. I mean, he could – go in the draft as a 4-3 D end, and he'd be one of the top guys there too.
Yeah, I mean, he's a great edge rush guy. Now, he's going to benefit because there's not a lot of guys this year who are edge rush guys.
Now, the next thing we're going to look at is his hand usage. You brought that up before we started looking at these clips. He could have the best hands out of the linebackers in this class too.
Yeah, I certainly could argue he has the best heavy hands. He does a great job at shocking back. This is something we talked about Van Der Esch not doing a great job in, and Malik Jeffrey doesn't do a great job of this either. But look at his ability to rock back that offensive lineman who's got about 70 pounds on him and is able to come downhill and make the tackle. So here's where Evans is unique. Evans reminds me a lot of a guy like Bart Scott, if you remember him from the Baltimore Ravens, or even if you're older than that, Peter Boulware of the Baltimore Ravens.
Ooh, okay.
First and second down, he would play inside on obvious run situations. Third down, they would kick him outside and rush. Now, it was a catch-22 because the Ravens knew Bart Scott and Boulware, they weren't guys who were going to play coverage. They were going to be able to win at the A and B gap in the run game and be able to blitz off the C gap. That's where Evans is going to be valued in the next level.
So you see it right there. And then the next clip we're going to look at, another one, this is where he's going at the tight end.
I mean, he just makes this – he completely ragdolls a tight end here. I mean, this is just a grown man business. That's what that is. I mean, he rocked back an offensive tackle or offensive guard the last play. Then he destroys a tight end. and you're going to see him coming right here on the edge. Watch the tight end's head. Just completely snaps right back, man. That's just violence, and that's what Evans plays with.
That's incredible. And here we go again.
Nice job coming down the line, ripping under. Adrian, let's go back to this because I want you guys to understand how much power he has. In this clip here, pause it for me, Adrian. You're going to see here that he's going to be off balance. This offensive lineman is going to be able to get his left shoulder. So he's really only going to have his right shoulder to make the tackle. But watch the collision power. He still stonewalls the running back with essentially only half of his body. That is unbelievable power. So again, this is a 3rd and 1 situation, an obvious run situation. So where does Bama line him up? Inside. If this was 3rd and 6, he's coming off the edge. He's not lining up inside. So where is his ability? He's a 3-4 Sam backer inside on obvious run situations, and he's going to be a rush guy on those obvious pass situations.
Here we go. We'll finish this up.
And then the power, man, that's just –
And that's a 3rd and 1, too, and he's able to stop him short of the line of game.
Grown man business right there. That's what it is, really.
Yeah. So now we're going to look at some instincts. So the LSU runs a shovel pass on this play, and Evans is all over it.
Yeah, I mean, look, to be fair, when you're playing LSU, when their vertical passing game is the shovel pass. I mean, LSU is a very, very boring offense. But, I mean, this is just an awesome job here being really instinctive and then just burying the ball carrier.
Yeah. So the next thing we're going to get into, all right, I couldn't find a lot of instances where he's in coverage. And on this play, it actually works out for him. This is against Clemson in the national semifinal. But not a lot of evidence on tape that he can cover. That doesn't mean he can't cover. We really don't know. And the question I have for you is this. Let's say the Eagles pick him at 32. I don't know if he's a fit or not because there's no evidence that he can cover. Can he learn how to cover at the next level?
Yeah, you can learn how to cover. But to me personally, I wouldn't bet on it. And the reason I say that is there are other guys in the draft which I'd be more confident of a fit that potentially could be there at 32 or later if Eagles are comfortable trading back and getting a couple picks that I think is a better fit than Evans. Evans is a very good football player, don't get me wrong. But I personally would much rather a guy like Malik Jefferson, who I think is going to be a better fit, or, you know, a dream situation, of course, is a guy like Van Der Esch, but he's not going to be there at 32 in my opinion. But, yeah, Adrian, Evans can be taught this. I just don't think I personally would invest a first-round pick knowing, hey, I have to teach a guy something that's not in his natural repertoire. Now, to your point, Adrian, you said this, and you're right. It's not that he can't do it. It's that we're not confident he can do it. Bama hasn't asked him to do that. He really only had 1 year of playing time because he played behind a whole bunch of NFL dudes. So, again, can he do it? Maybe. But when I'm looking at tape, I'm not confident in it.
Yeah. And this is an instance where he does do it. And I tried looking for clips where, you know, he was in coverage more, and there's just not a lot available out there.
You're not going to find it because, as I talked about, Bama's really good about asking their players to do what they're best at. They're not going to put guys in situations where they're weak at it. Because the nice thing is if Bama says, oh, we need to, you know, bring in an outside backer who can, you know, play coverage, Bama has 5 4-stars behind him that they're able to do that. This is not like your regular college team. So you're not going to find a lot of clips of where he's doing that type of coverage stuff.
And it's great that you bring that up because there's not a lot of bad that I saw on tape, but a part of that too is Alabama and the defense itself. I mean, we're going to see this play here where what's his name? Payne gets pushed back into him, and you know he's able to roam free so much because of the great defensive line in front of him. And also, like you said, if you need a coverage linebacker, you got 4-star guys that you can bring off the bench and plug them in to cover. So that's a great point you bring up.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. You're going to watch this clip here, and there's 4 down defensive linemen. 3 of these guys are probably going to be first, second-round picks. Yeah. I mean, there's no one in the country who can do that. This is the only game that they actually played an offensive line who actually could go toe-to-toe with them in Georgia. And as Adrian kind of pointed out here, if you look here, this is the first time where he doesn't have a clear line of sight in front of him. Isaiah Wynn blows back, who's also a first-round pick, blows back Payne, and now all of a sudden it's right in Evans' lap. So, Payne, I like him more on the edge. I don't love him in the middle. I just think he's more of an edge guy personally to me.
Yeah. So there we go. Those are our Rashaan Evans clips. By the way, I'm going to go back to the beginning really quickly because I meant to play some of the blitzes in fast time, so I forgot to do that. So just to look at his explosiveness, we're going to look at normal speed, and we're going to look at these 3 plays again. So check this out. I mean, he's just a missile. Oh, my God. Look at all the momentum charging forward. The running back's got no shot.
None. And then so this is where you talk about that delay blitz. Great job here. And then we're eventually going to see here the hit the spin button, hit that circle button, the spin. It's sweet here on Clemson.
Woo! That's so quick, man. That's Dwight Freeney-esque.
It is. It really is.
There we go. There's Rashaan Evans. At the end of the day, as a linebacker, would you say he's better than Leighton Vander Esch?
No, not in my opinion. I think Vander Esch is a top 20 pick. I'm not as high on Evans as some other people are. I think Evans goes in the 30 to 50 range, and the only reason I say 30 to 50 is I'm not confident that he can be a coverage guy. If I'm not confident in it, I don't want to spend a first-round pick on it. I will spend a high 2 on him. Yeah. Like if I was a team, in that early second round and you need a pass rush guy, like if you're a guy, like if you're the Browns, right, and you want to have a rush guy, go ahead and spend the 33 overall pick on. I think that's a good fit, good spot for him. Or if you're a team like the Colts, I think that would be a great fit for him too. But I don't think I would spend a first-round pick on him because I can't spend a first-round pick on a guy who only can do half of the job of a linebacker in the NFL. That's just my personal opinion.
Yeah, and you look at what the modern-day linebacker is, you got to be able to cover, especially in today's NFL with all the spread concepts that are implemented. And, Eagles linebackers, they're asked to cover a lot. They're asked to play zone. And Rashaan Evans, there's just not enough evidence on tape that suggests that he can do it. It doesn't mean he can't. It's just we really don't know.
Right. 100% right, Adrian. And linebackers, to me, are arguably the most impacted by who drafts them as far as 4-3, 3-4, 4-2-5, over, under looks. There's so many different variables here. So you can have a guy who maybe is a better prospect than the next, but another team might prefer him because it's a better system fit. So teams like the Baltimore Ravens, the Pittsburgh Steelers, teams who are very heavy 3-4, they're going to value him higher than a team who's a 4-3 like the Philadelphia Eagles. And
it was funny when I sent you the clips initially, you're like, yeah, I didn't see any weaknesses there. I'm like, dude, you couldn't find any. And it's how Alabama uses him. They use him to his strengths. And when you use a guy to his strengths, of course he's going to look great on tape. Yeah,
absolutely. And you know what? The other thing that we talk about with Bama, most of Bama's guys who end up going in the first and second round usually only have 1, maybe 2 years of playing experience because they're backing up another 5-star who just went to the NFL. So you're not going to see the same substance of film on him, which makes it a little difficult to draft these guys. The other things you always have to talk about, Bama has a history of players being medically flagged because they practice so freaking hard and they play such a physical style of defense. A lot of times these guys don't always clear medically.
Yeah. All right. So any final thoughts on Rashaan Evans?
Rashaan Evans, I think he's just going to be about what team is valuing him and where are you picking. Eagles, I don't think he's a pick at 32. I don't think he's a system fit personally. If it's the Baltimore Ravens there at 32, I think he's a no-brainer to a team like that.
Yeah, I completely agree. I like him as a prospect, but I don't like him in Philadelphia. I think that's the easiest way to say it.
Yep.
All right, that's Brennan Albert. I'm Adrian Fedke. The first of many today. You're going to get 3 videos from us at linebacker. This is the first one. Rashaan Evans of Alabama.
Appreciate it.